Brad, back again, another video, but only a couple more videos to do. Reason being is that I'm gonna be leaving again, as I said before. I got switched to another unit that's going out. I'm gonna be leaving soon, can't say when, and then I'll be back soon. Can't say when. Obviously, for obvious reasons, can't say when I'm leaving, when I'm coming back, but I will be leaving soon, so I'm looking to try to do maybe a couple more videos before I go, just because I'm going to be extremely busy, can't get the videos out like I want to. So maybe a couple more videos after this one, and then I'll probably be gone for a little bit, but hopefully I won't be gone forever. As far as not come back making videos, still haven't made a decision if I'm going to stay in, if I'm going to get out, but I will say this: if I do stay in, I'm pretty sure at this point then I'm going to do MOS under public affairs, MOS 4341 kind of a correspondent, just because I'm more so looking for something that I would enjoy doing. I like to provide information, I like answering questions. I think this MOS kind of fits the place where I'm at in my life right now, what I want to do. But that will be determined if they let me do that lateral move at a later time. But I think as of right now, that's what I've narrowed it down to. I haven't made the final decision, but I'm thinking if I stay in, that's what the MOS that I'm going to choose. That being said, you guys see the boxes in the background. Move it again. Since I've been in the Marine Corps, I probably moved like 800 times, but that's more so by personal preference. Deployed, came back, want to move, blah blah blah. But that doesn't mean that once you're in your first term, you're going to be moving all over the place. But since I've been in, I have kind of moved around a lot. But again, that's personal preference for me. That being said, YouTube, again, I really enjoy when you guys send me messages, me being able to try to get the answers for you guys. I really do enjoy that, and I know a lot of people say, hey, this is a stupid question, but I got a question about this. To me, none of them are stupid questions, because obviously you're exploring. I'm just trying to put you in the right direction, and hopefully be an element or a piece of the part, providing you a little piece about making that final decision. Obviously, you're researching more than just asking me questions, but I'm very grateful that I can help you guys out. Funny thing is that I guess more people are seeing my videos or have watched my videos, because as of lately, kind of a lot, I've been, you know, going about my business. I'm on base, and I'll get a guy that's like, hey bro, what's up? Or just like, hey, what's going on? Are you doing DelandoBrad? You kind of look like you do videos on YouTube? And I'm like, oh yeah, I do. And then you know, kind of funny, we'll go on and talking, but hey, I appreciate that. It just shows me that, you know, when I started doing these videos, that if I could just help one or two people get some good information, just as I at one point was trying to get information, and it originally started for me with Jimmy D. Shade, when I was trying to get answers, and he had videos up, and that kind of put my head out, you know, at the time, you know what, that helped me. So hopefully I can pass the torch and help others. For everybody who stops me from time to time and says, what's going on, DelandoBrad, or hey, watch your videos, that support, hey, thanks, continue to keep watching, and you know, hopefully I can help out more people in the future. So recently I got an email. A guy was asking about, you know, what's a typical day like in the Marine Corps? Every day like boot camp? What happens after boot camp? What goes on? How's your day? If you're married, if you're not married, what can I expect? This video is about giving a typical day in the Marine Corps, but I will say that there is no typical day in the Marine Corps, and that comes down to really your unit that you're attached to. Everybody's unit, you will have a different story, different opinion. It varies from different, depends on what you do in the Marine Corps, what's your MOS specialty, what unit you're attached to, section, blah blah blah. The typical day in Marine Corps for myself may not be the typical Marine Corps day for another Marine, so to speak. But I would tell you this: typical day in the Marine Corps can go like this, possibly. Usually Monday, Wednesday, and Friday you will do some form of physical training, PT, and usually that will be in the morning. How early it is really up to your unit or who you're attached to, but usually I would say 05, 05:30, 06, 06:30. Usually PT for hour to 2 hours, and then from there usually get a chance to go change over, clean up, get in the uniform of the day, which is usually working uniform, usually wearing your camis. So then from there, you'll have time to get back after you change over, and that's when the work day will begin. And whatever your MOS that you do, you'll be doing your job, and then usually to about 1100 to 1300 you get your break as far as chow for lunch. And then after 1300 you continue the rest of the day all the way till some unit 1630, 1700, and so on, depending on the unit, what you're doing. Some people get out later. I will say this though, there are times when you spend a lot of time or weeks in the field. That usually comes down to your unit again. I would say that if you're a combat related MOS, you can fit or attached to maybe an infantry unit or something like that. You may spend more time in the field, living in the field. You'll have your pack, so you'll be basically sleeping under the stars, as they say. I've been two different units since I've been in the Marine Corps. For one unit I was in, hey, we never went to the field. And then the unit I am in now, we're always going to the field. So it can definitely vary. So I say that your experience will definitely vary depending on what unit you're attached to. You always hear people say that. I can tell you everything my unit does, but you can get in the Marine Corps and have a totally different experience. So that's just kind of how a typical day is ran. In the morning, I think after UPT, usually people say, oh, do we get a chance to eat after we do our physical training in the morning? Yes, usually that you'll have your time to change over, and within that time to change over, you clean up and freshen up, get in here for a day, and also grab some chow, some morning chow to eat. Dinner chow, it's usually later on the day, maybe 1600 to 1800 or so, or something like that, but it all depends on that chow hall wherever you are. If you are single and you live in the barracks, that will be your place you live. It's similar to I would say, with me being in college, it's similar to a dorm room where you will share a barracks room with another roommate. One day out of the week you will have what they call a field day. So that's a day that is mandatory, that after you finish that work day, you will be cleaning your room, cleaning it thoroughly, and then you will be expected the next day. So that's something that you have to do. You can't, it's not like college where you just kind of go crazy, have parties, and leave your room trash. You'll be responsible one day a week to really thoroughly clean your room. On Fridays, when you break for Liberty, the long you don't have to. Sometimes you may have to work weekends depending on your MOS, but usually for most MOSs, when it comes to Friday, you'll be released for the weekend, unless the unit has jobs to do, or maybe hopefully your unit is not getting in trouble, or you have guys coming in. They can make you come in because you on the weekends you're a Marine 24/7. But usually, typically, I would say that the weekends are off unless you're an MP or something like that, or it really depends on your MOS. But I would say the majority, you have the weekends off, and then you return on Monday and basically do it all over again. For Married Marines, they give you BAH, which is a basic allowance for housing. You do have the option to live on base, which is pretty nice, and it's usually based how big of a place you get is usually based off how many dependents you have or pets or examples like that. But you can live on base. If you live on base, they do take your BAH away. So basically, that money goes directly to the military housing, privatized military housing. But if you live off base, basically you get your BAH up front, and based off your geographic area, you are paid that amount, and you can use that to go find you a place out in town. Renting from a landlord, apartment, a condo, or whatever have you. Some people actually, that if they're from that area, they use that money to make their payments on the house. Some people actually do buy homes and use that money, that BAH money, to pay their mortgage. So those are some of your options, and that's kind of a typical day. But as like I said before, do not hold me to it. It's a typical day, but again, that's kind of a typical day for me right now from what I've experienced in the Marine Corps. But I would say that it definitely varies depending on your MOS specialty, and also the units you're attached to. Some people work longer hours. Some units may work shorter hours. Some may not really go to the field and do a lot of the training, and then some units might be in the field training all the time. So it really depends on, like again, your MOS specialty and also the unit you're attached to. It can vary. Part of a typical day, you will stay in duty. what you will learn more about is a Marine Corps career. Basically, you will be standing duty at a specific post for 24 hours, basically manning that post and making sure you take care of all the responsibilities of that post. So that could be one full day of work, and then you probably will go back to work for a little bit the next day, and then maybe possibly be released early, but that'll be up to your command and also your unit as well. Okay, YouTube, this video is way too long. I didn't plan for it to be this long, but I'm probably not gonna watch it all the way. It's too long. Watch it. You can watch it in increments. One day watch 5 minutes, the other day watch the rest of the 5 minutes, or watch it 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. So you finally watch the whole video. But I apologize for being for being too long. I'm gonna go now. A couple more videos to come. Come on. Blah 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 blah. I can't never figure out what to say. You two guys just go straight through, not mess up on the videos at all. I don't know. I mess up all the time. I can't speak. I need to learn how to speak. Teach me. Teach me how to speak, please. Teach me, son. That's how I'm gonna speak from now on. Blah 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 blah.